What's up, guys? How you doing? Lindsay here. Just a quick heads up. I'm gonna be mostly not showing pages in this comic because I want you to go get it. I even put this shit on my pull list. I got a pull list with only 2 comics on it, and this is one of them. It's so good. Everything Bullseye says in this is brilliant, is genius. I hope to one day be in a position to be a murder sheriff so that I can deliver some of these awesome lines, but it kind of only works out if there's a superhero named Hawkeye and then superhero. It'll be very complicated, but oh my god, if it pays off. I actually missed this comic the week it came out because the way the shelves for the current issues of my comic shop, oh my god, I'm like such a nerd. They sort of are like cover half like this. And so I just saw this lie of a top half of a cover, and I just missed it. Like, this isn't anywhere in this. Don't be pulling that. I mean, it sort of is, but they're just dead bodies. So don't be pulling. Is this Old Man Hawkeye? I ask you. If you said yes, why are you playing? Quit playing with me. This is Old Man Hawkeye down here with his old school muscle car. So we start in with the guy, Jebediah, who was doing the smuggling run in the previous issue. He escapes back home and he's telling his wife, he's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here because, and she's like, come on, we have big sons who will protect us. We got two big grown sons, stronger than oxen, to protect us if anyone messes with this family. Dumber than oxen, more like it. Because you can't be smart and big. If you were smart, you wouldn't have gotten so damn big in the first place. Am I right? Obese people are a drain on society. But then we see this line, off-panel line from our boy Bullseye, who turns out to be a sheriff. Apologies for the mess, man, but on the bright side, now there's more of this fine brisket for the rest of us. What could that mean? I'm not going to show the panel. Go get it. And then he says, the only thing missing from this scrumptious meal is some conversation. Damn. I'd let Bullseye slide into my DMs. And we have this awesome panel over here that shows him, and he says, let's start conversing. Couple of dead bodies. Okay, I kind of ruined it there, but go get it. It looks awesome. And you find out he's there. He doesn't know it's our boy Clint yet, but he's saying, I want to know who killed all those guys in the Madrox game, the multiple men. I want to know who did it. And I'm not leaving till I know who did it. And we cut to Clint, who's wearing a Book of Eli cloak, and he's walking around. He's going into a place called Eye Candy, because Eye Candy is the best candy, because it has the fewest calories. Also because the whole point of this is he's losing his eyesight. And Eye Candy has got these purple hues. It's sort of a saloon, brothel, strip club. Everything's purple. You know what? I guess maybe this is Clint's eyesight because you're seeing like flashes and it's not as crisp. Maybe that's what they're going for. That's pretty cool. And we see this guy. I've never seen this guy in a comic before in my life. His name is Mr. Orb and his head is a giant eyeball. I don't know if it's costume. I think it might just be an eyeball. It's ridiculous. And for this panel, I sort of forgot that all the heroes are dead. So I was like, oh, Elektra is just having a drink, you know? Because we're sort of in a post-apocalyptic world. But then I realized, I was like, oh, these are women who are dressing up as heroes. They even have men. They got a guy who dresses up as Submariner, if that's more your flavor. Not judging. I don't even know who she's supposed to be. But I was like, oh my god, of course. Even after heroes are dead, people would still like to fuck a hero. Or fuck an anti-hero or a villain. I feel like at some point Disney's going to get to the point where they're like, we got to go hard at this adult entertainment thing. We got to start licensing adult toys. Start getting Disney strip clubs, Marvel strip clubs, because this, I'm not into that. But there are tons of people who are into cosplay because they want to fuck a person in a comic book or a video game. So that's just Disney cut to the chase and get there. But I was like, oh my god, of course. Even in the fictional, even in the universe where heroes are real, there are definitely people who want to be banging them. Even if the opportunity's gone, right? So you just get them to dress up. It just hit me. I was like, oh, of course, yeah, that's obviously a thing. Even when they're alive, it was probably a thing. Because you're not getting Elektra's number. She's too busy doing all her Elektra things. You're not going to get her number. God, can you imagine? Dude, do not get Elektra's number because she'll mind game you pretty hard and then you're out there killing people. But that's got to be the ultimate thing in all the Earth 616, etc. If you hook up with a hero or a villain, nobody will believe you, but damn, I bet it's like, whoa, that's the pinnacle. That's the pinnacle. I'm just going on. And Mr. Orb, what's the matter, Mr. Orb? I don't know, she has like a Harley Quinn. Then she talks about the guy who's dressing up as Submariner. He's like, oh, I thought I recognized someone. Yeah, you're a giant eyeball. You need to be recognized. You know what he looks like? He looks in the movie Freaked. Ionide, the Rastafarian eyeballs. Look it up. That's all I know how to say. And you see, he's like, this is what I see now. That's who I think it is. I mean, I couldn't have made that connection. He's like, keep that man away from me. And we see some dialogue. Because this is going on concurrently with Bullseye interrogating the couple. And I keep wanting to say Jedediah, but Jebediah says he went by the professional name of Ronan. I sort of temporarily forgot about that. I remember Ronan was in New Avengers. It was a woman named Echo. But Clint becomes Ronan. It's like this cool black ninja costume because in House of M he's dead, but then he's brought back. And there's a Lady Hawkeye, I forget her name. So he takes the Ronan costume. So that's where that comes from if you didn't know. And I'm not going to show some more of the Bullseye dialogue because it's dope as hell. Hawkeye gets into a crazy fight in the Eye Candy Saloon brothel. Hedonism. It's awesome. Go get this comic. Lots of bloodshed. Mr. Orb is like, oh geez. He's just looking all around. And Hawkeye hits him with a... Did you see that one coming? Face. He's an eyeball. He needs to be seen. Everything coming. We get a cool scene of the dead heroes. Again, go buy it. Just go buy it. Come on. It's a maxi series. And we find out that Mr. Orb has a Watcher's Eye in his chest. So what is with this? Is this how you were born? Can you... Oh, we're doing some infanticide on that baby. That thing comes flying out of a woman? Oh god, can you imagine if it was a C-section and you're cutting into a woman and you just have a giant eyeball coming in? You're stabbing the shit out of that with the scalpel. Or just turning the vacuum to it's like suction, on, reverse, blender. You're putting it on blender where if you see an eyeball staring back at you, that is the most terrifying thing in the world. When you are not expecting an eyeball to be there, and there's an eyeball. Fuck that, son. So I don't know his game. I'm going to have to look him up. So he interrogates him a little bit. He wants to know some stuff. He's sort of on the way. He actually gives him some coin for the bourbon he was using. And fake Elektra's like, are you okay, boss? Oh, I'm fine, but that idiot... It doesn't take a Watcher's Eye to see that. Bullseye, he's following Hawkeye's trail, so he encounters his daughter. Good dialogue there. And we end with Clint at the arcade's I just noticed it's Murder World. I wonder what happens there. I wonder what happens at Murder World. Surprise me. Surprise me. This just looks like Mad. The Mad Magazine thing. This comic is great. I didn't want to show too much because it's... Did I say it's great? Go pick it up. You're not going to regret it. There's nothing bad about this. Mark my words, son. Even Mr. Orb can see that this is a good comic. Mr. Orb, he used the Watcher's Eye in his chest. He looked in the future. He's like, that's a good comic. Put me in. And everybody at Marvel was like, Mr. Orb, come on, man, you're kind of a joke, you're kind of a gimmick. He's like, put me in, dog, I'm an eyeball. And they're like, okay, just get out of our offices, because you're creeping, your Mr. Orb's male gaze is too much for those milkshake girls. And he's like, I'm just an eyeball, I can't help it, that's the way I was born. And they're like, male gaze, rape, get out of here, Mr. Orb, with your rape gaze. I'm doing this whole series. I think it's 12 issues. So if you don't want to miss any more, though, subscribe and, have a good one, guys.